Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is October 31st, 2017. It's Halloween, so happy Halloween to everybody. I wanted to kind of do a follow-up a little bit on yesterday's video. I did a video that sickness and disease will kill more people than bullets will in an S.H.T.F event. And so I kind of wanted to follow that up. A lot of people were asking me, like, what are some of the things that, they should have to be ready ahead of time, okay? So, a couple things I wanted to talk about. Hygiene, like I said, hygiene is so very, very important. Being able to be clean, to maintain a clean area, to prevent sickness. Hand washing is huge, to be honest with you. So, if you have enough, having enough soap on hand is going to be very, very important. And we have a lot of soap. I have a whole bunch of soap that we have. And like I said, we just got sent another box, like I said, from one of my subscribers. Sent us a great big huge box of soap as well, which has been awesome. We've been using that, and it's really, really nice. So, again, I'm going to just throw that out there again. Thank you for that. There's a lot of really good information out there, guys, as far as different things that you should have. But I'm going to give you a couple examples of what I think are going to be kind of important and, realistically how cheap they are, okay? So here we have, it's Ajax dishwashing soap, okay? You can get these, like I say, at the dollar store for a freaking dollar. And so, you really can't go wrong with that. And I actually just went today and got more of these just because of the fact that I said, you know what, I want to get stocked up more on these. I was getting down as far as my dishwashing soap goes. So I picked up 4 more of those today. And it's an easy thing to help keep your dishes clean, to so that you don't have all kinds of crap on your dishes and stuff like that. So that's a really important thing to have as far as that goes, in my opinion, okay? So having enough dishwashing soap put up is going to be one of the big things. Laundry soap to be able to clean your clothes. If you wear the same pair of clothes for like a week, that's kind of nasty, So think about, in an S.H.T.F situation, how are you keeping your clothes clean? So that's something to think about. Ibuprofen. This is it's 1,000 tablets, and actually we're down. We're down towards the end of that bottle, but we've had this bottle for a long time, and we've been using it. We've been probably using this bottle of ibuprofen since before we moved, and that was over 2 years ago. So, having an extra bottle of 1,000, tablets, it's not a bad thing to have, because you're going to have aches and pains, especially in an S.H.T.F event. You're going to be sore because you're going to be using muscles that you have never used before. So having something to give you some kind of relief from that is going to be a really, really big thing, okay? We are coming into the cold and flu season, okay? So one of the things that's definitely I like to have, because we do use it, is, basically the cold for daytime and nighttime. And it really, really helps. This is what I use if I get a cold. Basically, it's NyQuil, but it's an off-brand name, and it works really, really well. And that's what I like to have. And then, like, for when I'm working, have the daytime version of it, so that my nose isn't running constantly if I'm sick. Okay. You got antibacterial wet wipes. Okay. Again, this is a dollar store pickup, 60 count. You really can't go wrong for that, guys. You can, that's going to help clean up your area. Again, you can use it to, like, wash your hands if you had to, those type of things. It's really a good thing to have, just to have on hand. Clean your counters, whatever you want to, whatever area you're trying to keep clean. So again, for a dollar, how are you going to go wrong with that? Okay. If you're dealing with sickness in a post event and you're trying to prevent yourself from getting sick, obviously having a mask, a face mask to use. So having some of these on hand, and for a 10 count for a dollar, again, a lot of these things can be picked up right at the dollar store, okay? So they're cheap, it's easy to pick up, and you can accumulate a lot of them in a in a hurry, okay? So there's 10 mask that you can use, and that's going to help stop the spread of disease as well if you're dealing with like a flu epidemic type of thing. Okay, so those are nice to have. A nasal spray if you're having congestion problems, and it's anti-drip. You know, it's a 12-hour relief. So again, another dollar store purchase. You really can't go wrong with that. It's something nice to have on hand. Okay. Here's probably one of the most important things: an anti-diarrheal. If you are in a post-event and you do drink some bad water and you end up getting diarrhea, diarrhea can kill you in a heartbeat, okay? So to have an anti-diarrheal to help bind you back up, that's a really, really good thing to have, okay? I know a lot of people have allergies and sinus headaches, okay? So having some, allergy medicine as far as that goes, that's going to be a really good thing to have. Especially, I think a lot more people are going to be spending more time out in nature, if you will, gathering firewood and those type of things, okay? Really, really important thing to have. Easy again and cheap, okay? So, toothpaste, be it whatever your flavor is, okay? We have both Crest and Colgate. Oral care, oh, there's Mrs. Sox. Hello, Mrs. Soxy. Oral care is going to be a huge, huge thing. Really, really important to be able to brush your teeth, floss, keeping your mouth taken care of. You only get one set of teeth. And if you have any dental problems now, my suggestion definitely would be to address those now and get those things squared away, because they could become a huge issue in a post-event. Yes, I see you. I know, I'm trying to do a video. Okay, so next we got witch hazel, okay? Cleans and soothes topical skincare. So, you can use that, like, again, for cleaning wounds and stuff like that. Again, another nice thing to have on hand, okay? Hydrogen peroxide. Now, hydrogen peroxide doesn't have a really long shelf life, but again, it's a first aid antiseptic, and that way you can have that to clean wounds if you have an infection or something, or somebody gets a cut right away. You're going to want to address that. It's going to be real important, because infection is going to kill people in a post-event. So having some hydrogen peroxide on hand so that you can clean that wound if they got a fresh wound, and dress it and make sure that it's squared away. I think everybody should have one of these, at least a couple of these. The elastic support bandage, you twist an ankle, being able to wrap that ankle, and I did a video on this, okay? How to wrap your ankle the right way, okay? So, real important thing to have. You got somebody that sprains an ankle and are having a hard time getting around. Having that ACE wrap to help give them that extra support is going to be really, really important. All right? Antacid. I think a lot of people are going to have some upset stomachs, okay? Having an antacid is going to be a really big thing too. I mean, it's anything that's going to give you some kind of a relief in a post-event to make your life better is going to be a really, really good thing to have. So we got that antacid. Okay. We got the icy hot analgesic gel. Okay. So again, sore muscles, you put that on, that's going to help that. Okay. Nice thing to have, and again, for $1, where are you going? It's so cheap to get these things. Okay. I talked about vitamin C the other day. Preventative medicine, having vitamin C on hand is going to be a really important thing to have. So, if you want to just go on the cheap, go over to the dollar store. 30 tablets for $1. I mean, that's what that is right there. That's really cheap. You can't go wrong, okay? But it's nice to have, and if it's just yourself, one a day, 500 milligrams, there's 30-day supply right there, and it costs you $1. I mean, you really can't go wrong with that, okay? So now we got Milk of Mag, okay? You're going to have all kinds of issues as far as you might be bound up because you're not eating a normal diet like you were used to before. So you might want to have some Milk of Mag on hand to help you to go to the stool, to have a bowel movement. Real important. I mean, again, you're going to have, your eating habits are not going to be what they are now. So you might have some issues. Then we got Pepto-Bismol. Again, something nice to have on hand. These are like Pepto-Bismol. It's just more of a creature comfort, okay? But it's something that's going to help you have relief, and you're not going to have as many issues afterwards. An emergency space blanket, okay? These things are freaking awesome. And again, they're very, very cheap. You can pick these up anywhere. And these you can, I don't think you can get these at the dollar store, but they're a couple bucks. They're not that expensive. And really, really nice to have. It reflects the body heat back to the body, And they're real lightweight. Nice to have. Something nice to keep in your car. Keep a couple of these in your car. You never know when you might need those, okay? And again, an emergency situation, something like this could save your life. Especially up here in the Northeast, if we get caught out in our cars out there, okay? Bug bite relief. You're going to be spending more time in the woods. Like I said again, gathering whatever, firewood, whatever, and stuff like that. You're going to get bit. So having some bug bite relief is going to be a really, really good thing to have. Hydrocortisone cream, okay? Again, fast itch and rash relief. You're going to have some rashes. You're going to have from walking. You're going to have some irritations. Nice thing to have. Gives you some nice relief, okay? And then triple antibiotic ointment. Real important to have. Again, infection is going to kill a lot of people in a post-event, guys. If you have some way to take care of that cut, clean it, and then put some antibiotic ointment on, it's going to make it a lot easier. If you don't have these type of things, it could be the death of you. A cut could be the death of you. But if you have that, you can dress it, treat it, get it covered up, and those type of things. So those are just some of the examples I wanted to give you guys of things that you should have. Being able to treat water, knowing several different ways on how to purify water, have purification tablets, okay? Those type of things. Having a Berkey, having a Catadine water filtration system. If you're on out in your hiking and stuff like that, it's not easy to carry your Berkey around with you. So if you have the Catadine, that's a good thing for that. Knowing these different things. Here's one of the biggest things I want to share with you. A lot of you guys already are out there are preppers, okay? So you're already involved in doing this. You want to save lives? In a post-event, you're going to be teachers, guys. You're going to be teaching people how to help themselves, how to purify water. A lot of people have no clue on how to do any of these things, and a lot of people are going to die because of stupidity, to be honest with you. So with you having that advantage and having that knowledge ahead of time, you can help people to help themselves just by teaching them the smart ways of doing things. That's really, really important, and I want you guys to think about that, okay? So just giving you some examples of some things that I think that you should have that's going to help you in a post-event to survive, to fight off infection, fight off sickness. Common cold, people get them every year, okay? So every year people get the common cold, and the colds that have been going on around this year have been knocking people out for like 2 weeks or better at a time. I mean, I know my mother's been sick for the last month, so it's there's some nasty stuff going around out there. Well, in a post-event, if you don't have access to some kind of medicine, you are going to be really, really miserable, and it might run its course and it might kill you. So if you can have some kind of medicine ahead of time that's going to help you out in that situation, that's really, really an important thing to have, okay? So I just wanted to do this video just to kind of give you guys some ideas, some food for thought. I want your feedback. I want to hear what you say, what you also think. I mean, I didn't put everything out here. I just put a bunch of stuff, that I have, and just to give an example of some of the things that I have. Otherwise, I could do a video for an hour. So anyway, I definitely want to hear what your thoughts are, your feedback. Being clean is going to be a huge, huge important thing. Keeping people healthy and not sick is going to be a huge, huge thing. I'm going to do a video about quarantining people too, so that'll be coming up. But when to quarantine somebody and how long to quarantine them and those type of things. So we'll get into that in another video. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to put this out here. Last day of October. Very chilly here at the homestead today, and we had the fire going all day. It's like maybe 40 degrees outside, and they're actually calling the possibility we might get some snow tonight. We didn't get any snow last night, but it was cold enough that it could have. But we just keep plugging along here and doing what we got to do. Well, at the end of every one of my videos, I like to say, remember, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every day, because tomorrow's not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen. And remember, guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever your goals are, whatever you're trying to reach, work at it methodically, and you will get there. Okay? I will talk to you all tomorrow. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.